It's time to talk about this week's top indie comic book picks for New Comic Book Day, May the 4th. That's right, May the 4th be with us this New Comic Book Day. Alright, welcome back. Before we get into the top 10 indie comic picks, I do want to give a shout out to a trade paperback that's releasing this week. This is an indie comic that I loved all 10 issues of. It is from Vault Comics, and that is Witch Blood. It is the Volume 1 through 10 collection, written by Matthew Ehrman, art by Lisa Sturl. It is a beautiful comic. It is so much fun, and it takes you in all kinds of different directions emotionally, which is what you need in a great story about magic and vampires and everything supernatural. Cannot recommend this story enough. I love all the twists and turns that this story brought us. So please go pick this up this week. It is $20 for 10 issues, which is great deal for that many issues collected in a single trade paperback. A lot of times you're paying for 5 issues and you pay $20. So definitely check this out from Vault Comics. It is coming out this week. So let's head into the top 10 picks now. For number 10, I have one from Heavy Metal Elements called Star Wars. It is an issue number 1. It's one from Steve Orlando, Ivan Chavrin, and Ivan Chavrin also doing the cover art for this. Stephanie Cohen's life is all going according to plan. The only problem is the plan isn't hers. She's crushing it at college, but her fast track to a medical degree is something her parents decided for her, seemingly at birth. Stephanie was never consulted on her own life, so now she's drowning in pre-med when she'd rather be studying classics, folklore, and mythology. But on the eve of her 20th birthday, as Stephanie prepares to stare into her own personal summer abyss for yet another day, she gets a gift unlike any she could possibly expect. Seems like we're going to get a nice sci-fi fantasy kind of epic going on here. It is 8 issues. I love the whole piece about those decisions and kind of getting to direct her own life. I love that. So this is a new one from Heavy Metal Elements. I just added it to my pull list. I hadn't seen it in the catalog before. I've seen it come up on FOC either. So glad I came across it recently. And it's a 8-issue miniseries from Heavy Metal Magazine. So number 9 this week, I've got Radiant Black number 14 from Kyle Higgins, Marcelo Costa, and Igor Monti. I love the cover on this, the homage to Hulk Wolverine cover. So much fun that this story has brought. I love the superhero world, and putting it at my number 9 pick. Enough is enough. It's time for Marshall to take the fight to epic front and put an end to this parade of super criminals for good, but they won't be going down without a fight, and could their new weapon be strong enough to turn the tables on Radiant Black? We shall see. Coming in for number 8 this week is one from Comics Tribe. It is Happy Hill issue number 3. I backed this on Kickstarter, so I won't be getting this from my LCS, but I should be getting the Kickstarter version very, very soon. This one from Rich Doak, Joe Mulvey, doing co-writing on the story and doing art. Sotomayor also listed in credits, I think probably colors on this. Tensions flare and mysteries deepen at Happy Hill as Wyatt and Thea disagree on how to handle the investigation, while the Woodsman continues his campaign to rid the resort of anyone standing in the way of happiness. But those who think they control him are in a big first surprise. Don't miss the latest chapter of the acclaimed horror comedy. And that's exactly what it is. It's a horror comedy. It's fun, it's creepy, and I love it. So that's my number 8 pick this week. Number 7, we've got from Aftershock Comics, Dogs of London number 1 from Peter Milligan. Art by Articida. Cover by Andy Clark. Awesome dog head cover there. How deep must you bury a body to make sure it doesn't haunt you? Frank and Terry are about to find out. They were once members of the Dogs, a feared gang who ruled much of London's underworld back in the swinging 60s. They thought they'd escaped their troubled past, but the past isn't dead. It's just bashed about a bit and very pissed off. Spanning the different times and classes, Dogs of London is a brutal, bloody tale of violence, love, and revenge, and sleeping dogs who refuse to roll over and play dead. Love this description for this. The dogs have awoken and they seek more than mere revenge. Very much looking forward to checking this out. I know the dog part's probably more not so literal. We aren't going to have a good boy situation going on here. This is more because of the gang. So don't, unfortunately, the cover would indicate maybe no. I don't think we're going to get that going on the interiors, but it's pretty cool. I like the concept. Peter Milligan's a great writer, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. Spot number 7 on the list from Aftershock Comics. Number 6, we got Swamp Dogs, issue number 3 coming out this week from J.M. Brandt and Theo Prasidis doing the co-writing on this, Kuber Ball doing the art, and Robert Samlin doing the cover A. This has been so much fun so far. We had J.M. Brandt on the channel, talked about Swamp Dogs, House of Crows, and he said it's just going to get creepier from here on out, and issue number 3 is gonna be taking us places. The horrors of 1863 run fresh and deep for the folks of Land's End. We go back in time to witness the atrocities of the Swamp Dogs as Buddy the bartender weaves sinister tales of sadism, brutality, and forbidden voodoo rituals. So maybe we're getting a little bit more. Where do these Swamp Dogs come from? What's the voodoo part of all of this? Metal band The Grunch learn how dark a heart has to be in order to be resurrected as a swamp dog. Before they encounter a shocking reunion, the true and uncensored history of Bertram Kugel and his guerrilla raiders will chill you to the bone. I've already been saying I loved issue number 1 and 2. Absolutely great time talking with J.M. Brandt on the channel before. So, Swamp Dogs, issue number 3. That is my number 6 pick this week from the Black Caravan imprint of Scout Comics. Number 5 has to go to Little Monsters number 3 from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. I've really loved the first 2 issues of this. This is a great story so far about our children vampires. Dustin Nguyen's art also is just phenomenal, so you can't go wrong even if you're just looking for a good visual piece here. Having finally feasted on real food, Billy is acting strangely and the other young vampires are nervous about the potential threat to their sanctuary. Romy is still missing from the group, but is accompanied elsewhere by a mysterious new friend. Little Monsters number 3 from Image Comics, my number 5 pick this week. Coming in for number 4 is one from Bliss on Tap. We got Duel issue number 2 this week, 2 of 10. We do have a defined endpoint. And this one from Curtis Martins and Alex Cormack. This FBI agent Lee continues his investigation into Duel.Global. A dueler named The_release is paid to assist senior citizens who want to end their lives and accepts a challenge from a dueler who may not be what he seems. So many twists and turns gonna happen in this again, I'm sure. FBI agent Lee is got his work cut out for him trying to stop this dueling game that they've got going on. He did not win in stopping anything in the last issue, so we'll see if he's getting his wits together in this issue and able to do anything. But I really enjoyed issue number 1, so I'm excited to check out issue number 2 here. So Bliss on Tap publishing Duel issue number 2. It is my number 4 pick this week. Number 3 is an issue number 3 here. We got Follow Me Into the Darkness number 3 of 4 from Damian Connolly. The sequel, of course, to You Promised Me Darkness. Revelations, Possessions, and More Darkness. The Comet Society versus the Children of the Comet. The final battle begins and the end of the world is closer. Also, E.G.'s Origin. Just such good artwork in this story. Such a unique and crazy story that I love. I love all of the eccentricity. I love how eccentric some of the characters are, and especially Sage. Just such an interesting character. So yeah, number 3 of Follow Me Into the Darkness is my number 3 pick from Behemoth Comics. Coming in for number 2 this week is something probably everyone else has as number 1 this week, and that is Twig number 1 from Scotty Young and Kyle Strom. I am very excited for this. I'm not at the level of buying all the store exclusives and everything, but this just looks like such a fun fantasy story that we're going to get here. A cute fantasy story that probably won't remain cute. I feel like Scotty Young takes things that can be cute and throws a little twist to it. It's the first day of Twig's new job as a journeyer on a Jeff Smith's Bone-esque quest to save the Dark Crystal Labyrinth-style world. Join our hesitant hero for an inspiring and imaginative tale of hope, heartache, and determination to overcome insurmountable odds. Sounds like a fun time. This is the series premiere here. It is a 5-issue miniseries from Scotty Young and Kyle Strom, and it is my number 2 pick this week. Number 1 for me is one from Vault Comics, and that is Quests Aside, issue number 1 from Brian Shermer and Elena Gogau. This one is great. I've read issues 1 and 2 of this already thanks to Vault Comics. I have a review for both of them up on the channel. I'll drop the link to that down in the description. It is up, not on the channel, it is on the website as a written review for it. I should probably get a recorded version of that out there for you guys as well. But it's coming out this week on May the 4th. It is a new awesome series coming from Vault Comics. It looks like long run this is going to be great. But issue number 1 it's got some really cool, fun D&D elements in it that I just loved. They got a little bit of a battle of the bards happening. Crazy little things and nods to things from D&D that I loved. And the story is great. Skeleton, an apprentice mage, and an exiled princess walk into a bar for another shift at Quest Aside, the local watering hole run by once legendary, now retired adventurer Barrow. When the king privately explains that he plans to shut down the place, Barrow must find a way to hold on to his business and the family he's built around it. It's always sunny in the realms. So, Quest Aside number 1 is my number 1 pick this week. It is from Vault Comics, and it looks like a great time. So 2 solid top 2 picks this week that are issue number 1s. So lots of good new stuff coming out this week. Thank you guys for watching this. If you're new here, go hit that subscribe button down below. Follow along with the new content that we drop on the channel. We're going to have an interview this week with Brett Murphy, the writer of Paranormal Hitman. He is going to be coming to us to talk about his new series that's coming out from Behemoth later this year, Kingdom Come Deliverance, based off the video game. So be sure to come check us out. That'll be on New Comic Book Day on May the 4th. Maybe we'll throw some Star Wars talk in there because it's May the 4th. You know, got to have some of that in there. But yeah, I'm excited to talk with him again. We had him on the channel last summer talking about Paranormal Hitman and some of his stuff that he's doing with Ageless Press, his publishing company that he runs with Matt Kund. So come hang out with us May the 4th. Should be about 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to have a great time. As always, collect what you love. See you next time.